another new fresh episode of Control Alt Tech, and today we are on a topic 1.2, which is concurrency and locks. So basically, what is concurrency? Concurrency is the ability of the database to allow multiple users work at the same time. Multiple users at the same time. So let's say this is our database and we have multiple tables here, table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, T1, T2, T3 and T4. So now user 1 can also work here. Let's say there is user 2 can also work here, user 3 can work here, and user 4 can work here. Unlike the old times when we had Excel sheets, so when you had to work it on an Excel sheet, only user 1 could work, and then he had to save it, mail it to someone else, and then he would have worked. User 2 email, and similarly he would have given back to user 1 to make some other changes. But here multiple users can work at the same time. So with concurrency there are some problems that are arised. What problems are there? Let's say we have a table with multiple entries. So let's say user 1 is making entries in row 3. Okay, so user 1 is making entries in row 3, and at the same time user 2 also comes and wants to make entry in row 3. So whose entry will be taken? What has to be done in that case? So these situations are there which arise in concurrency. So in order to avoid situations like these, there are locks which are introduced in database. So in locks, what happens is you lock out other user when you are using something in the database, right? So let's say if there is a resource that is available for only one person, so that person locks it out, and whenever that work is done, he frees it up and someone else can use it. It's something like if you are watching TV, then your friends or your family members will not be able to watch something else because you have a control on that TV for at that time, right? So it's the same case. So there are two types of locks. One of them is table lock, other one is row lock. So as the name suggests, in a table lock what will happen is when user 1 came up, it will lock the whole table and no one else will be able to do any changes in this table. So user 1 will come, lock this whole table, make changes, and when the changes are done, it will remove that lock. Then others can come and do whatever they want by adding their own lock, right? So user 1 came, made some changes while locking, and then when it's done, then they free up the lock. Similarly for other users. So there is another concept which is row lock. So in row lock what happens is, so this is a table and we have multiple rows, and user 1 is doing changes here. So user 1 will only lock this particular row and user 2 can work here, no issues. So which is more optimized? This one, right? Because both user can work here at the same time, instead of this case where if user 1 is working on a table, then no one else will be able to work on that particular table, right? So but in some cases this one is used instead of this one. Despite the fact this is more optimized, but at some cases table lock is required. We'll see which cases. So this was all about concurrency and locks in a easy way, in a decent way. So let me know in the comment section if you like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.